Joni James, God, wonderful seeing you. I haven't seen you in so long. But I must tell you, Joni James, when I use the word Joni James, pure voice, like a violin.
Sweet.
That voice, like a violin. That's what people think of when they hear Joni James. Started in Chicago, Illinois.
Sang at Mass every 8:30 every morning.
Really?
Sister Tarcissus. If it sounds like an angel voice, it's because she taught me that.
Uh-huh.
Kyrie eleison.
Oh, that's where that pure voice comes from.
That's where it comes. And then the other side is at night. When I went on dates, I went to hear Dinah Washington and all the great jazz ladies. Sarah Vaughan, my big hero. And it's a funny cross, a choir girl with the jazz.
Chicago. Great singers coming from Chicago.
Yes.
Joni.
The middle of America.
Middle America. I like that. I like that.
That's the real.
I like that. Tell me about Joni. Joni's name is not your real name.
Giovanna.
It's Giovanna.
Giovanna Carmela Babbo mi chiama.
Ah, Italiana.
Italiane, abruzzese e calabrese, mezze mezze.
Do you speak Italian?
Oh, sì, che lo parlo italiano.
Uh-huh. Tell me...
Tutta la famiglia a casa. Do you too, Sam?
Io parlo italiano. Tell me about Babbo. How did that name...
Babbo, my father's name.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, Babbo in Italian means my daddy.
Right.
That was my daddy's name. And he was from Abruzzo, Italia.
Right.
He came to Chicago, fell in love with my mother, who was a Chicagoan from a Calabrese Italian family who were immigrants. And it began the whole family dynasty, kind of. We have 6 in our family, and she had 9 in her family, and all these happy Italians that meet over festive occasions. And now we have 2nd and 3rd generations. It's quite beautiful.
How many children in your family? How many?
6 in our family.
6.
Brothers and sisters. I'm the eldest.
But Joni James studied as a ballerina.
Yes, I know.
What happened to that? Joni James,
I fell
dancer,
madly in
singer.
love with the pink lights, you know, at the park, which was right across from where we lived.
Right.
Bessemer Park in Chicago. And it was just after the war, and they wanted to do something to keep the kids occupied, and I was fortunate enough to have had the opportunity.
Right.
And there was that lovely, lovely dream fantasy world. I fell madly in love.
Showbiz.
I didn't think of it as showbiz. I thought of it as like my dream, you know, like books I read. I was always a book girl.
You certainly were.
I loved books. And now when I pick songs years later, I always pick the words.
You're noted for it. Lyrics.
Just the lyrics. I love the lyrics.
Because anyone hears Joni James's music, those lyrics. You're an actress with those lyrics.
That's right. It's funny. I didn't know that at the time. I studied at school and always geared myself towards books and journalism.
Right.
I had a scholarship to DeKalb University, which I passed on in Northern Illinois to go on with the ballet. I went on tour through the Canadian exhibitions, and that was kind of a big turning point in my life. And now I'm taking courses in Chicago to get my degree. I'm going towards a doctorate in humanities. It's going to take me time, but I'm going to
You are studying again, huh?
Well, I just picked up all these. I did here in Los Angeles at the colleges over television, video, cassettes, and wherever I go, I take I'm in Biology 101.
Joni, let's get back.
Sure.
Song. Why Don't You Believe Me? That wasn't your first big hit, really. I mean, that was your big hit, but you did 2 songs before that. Who really discovered Joni James? Who really discovered?
Lou Douglas.
Lou Douglas, the arranger?
Chicago orchestrator, music recording man, who heard me on a show with Johnny Ray.
Right.
Who was the big sensation of the moment, God bless him. And we were doing the broadcast, the 4 lads, Johnny Ray, myself, Dolores Hawkins, and Lou Douglas, when he was asked, what did he think of the girl on the show, they were asking about Dolores Hawkins, who was really beautiful, blonde lady, and I was just the kid there, you know, who's that? And he said, terrific, she's got a sound. She's got a sound. He always talked about a sound.
A different sound
at
that time. This is in the 50s, Joni.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they said, "You like the girl?" Yeah, that blonde. No, the little dark one, he said. They said, "That, Joni, that one?" He said, "Yeah, I want to take her in the studio. We're going to make a dub. That's the acetate test thing." And when they came and said, "We're going to make a song with you," I said, "Well, you're not going to see me, and I don't know if I'm that good enough. Just hear it." And so they said, "Just a minute, come on." So they did this with Richard Marx Jr.'s father playing piano. And he played, and I think I sang, "My baby don't care for shows, my baby don't care for clothes."
Great.
And then they said, "Do another one now for contrast." I did, "Let there be you, let there be me, let there be oysters under the sea." And they said, "She's got a sound." And I said, "I don't know, I've been sounding like this all my life. Whatever. You like it? But I'm really a dancer." You know, I kept on with the ballet.
Right.
Saying,
Keep forcing.
Sing a song. And I said later, "I think they're trying to tell me something."
Right.
Bad dancer.
Made a record.
Made a record.
What was it?
For like a little promotion.
Right.
See the pyramids along the Nile.
But Joni Stafford came up with that big hit.
Right, because everybody knew Joe Stafford, but who ever heard of Johnny, Joni, how do you say my name?
Joni James, right.
So that's what happened. And I was stunned because I was looking forward to the release of the record in September. So I heard it in the shower in August, and I said, "That's not me." And then they said, "She picked a good hit, though, this girl."
Right.
Because then Patti Page did it, and Joe Stafford did it, and they had #1, #4 hit in the world. And they said, well, what else would you like to pick, honey? So I said, they had a song, "You Should Believe Me." I said,
And you made a question mark out of it, didn't you?
I said, "You should believe me. If you love somebody, you don't
wish.
You say, why don't you believe me?" They said, "Oh, that's good." And they scratched the music and they put the different. And then I went and I did it with a larger orchestra. I'll never forget that, Skip. Because
tell me, what do you mean?
The first time the large string orchestra began.
How many in it then?
About 23.
Must have been exciting.
That was a lot for me, who had been singing with two or three-piece orchestra in the little places. I was so struck. And they turned around and said, "Well," because I was too. It was so beautiful, I didn't want to interrupt. They said, "You sing here, kid." I said, "Well, just give me a thing when it's my turn." And they went, and I said, "Well, if I'm going to be, you know, you're not going to see me, I better sound twice as good, because just voice, I don't know." So I was really hungry, desperate to have you love me, because I love people.
Right.
And I said, "Oh, God, what if they don't love me back? Well, I'm going to die." And I said, "Why don't you believe me?" And they said, "That's it, that's it." And so when then, after I did that, they started making a record of my record again. And I went, "Oh, again." They said, "You got to go out and meet the people. You got to let them know you." So I did. I went to radio stations, disc jockeys, and people. I said, "Please, my name is not Johnny, Joni. I'm Joni. I'm a girl." So they were saying, "Is that a boy's name or a girl?" Because it was unusual spelling.
Right.
So I said, "I'm a girl. My name is Joni. And please do me a favor. I know those other ladies are great. But play my record this time. I did it first. I ought to, you know, get a credit for." And they said, "Okay, let's do it." And I never forget, they played it in Cambridge, Massachusetts. And they said, "Let's see what the listeners think." And I went, "Yeah, let's see." And so they said, "Ladies and gentlemen in Radio Land, we'd like to know what you think of this recording." And they put it on. And then it was like, you know, going for election or something.
Right.
And then all the switchboards, all the lights went on, ling, 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 like Christmas
Clicked up.
lights.
Who is that? Who is that?
They loved it. They loved it. And I went, "Oh, thank God they like me." Thank God, because I wasn't sure. You know, I thought,
Joni,
all those years of dancing, I studied for that. But this I was just a little Italian girl, and everybody at home sang, and it was no big deal. And it was kind of, what do you expect? Oh, but at church, every morning at Mass, and then every time there was scholarships, I'd be waiting for a dancing scholarship. I'd get one for singing. I'd say, "Oh, oh, that's nice, but, you know, I was working to pay the lessons.
Right.
I was saving to go to New York to the American Ballet School. And I was afraid, because I said, gotta have enough money, because, you know, I don't know anybody there, and I could starve in New York, and it's very, I've heard about, it's a tough city, and this.
Right.
But instead, I never made it to get there, because I did this.
Because you were overnight sensation.
Oh, yeah. Well, I didn't think it was overnight. It didn't feel overnight to me.
Oh, but Joni.
But it was by some people's measure. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, it was my first really recording that went across the country.
Right.
And so they, oh, that's the first record. Oh, my goodness. Oh, this. So then there were 4 in a row in the top 10 all at the same time.
All top 10.
And I thought, every time I opened my mouth, another one, another one.
Right.
And then the 5th time, no. And I thought, now why don't they love me?
Uh-huh.
And that was odd. But then later, other ones were also successful.
Right.
But they would say, what do you attribute your style? And I wouldn't even know how to explain it. It was so natural. It was so part of me. It was just poured forth.
Right.
And then when the Life or Look, and they were interviewing me, and they wanted me to explain my style, and I didn't know. And then it'd come out in print and say, "Oh, I've got sincerity," in the Look magazine. I said, "It sounds so dumb. I didn't mean it like that." But then I said to my husband Tony, who was the great music student, and knew all the things that I never knew at all, and he said, "Honey, it's you sing with a grace note."
Grace note.
I said, "A grace note?"
Yes.
What's that? Well, then I remembered that in the Gregorian chant little booklets that we sang, Mass of St. Anthony's or Mass of St. Michael's, there were those little square notes on ancient Gregorian music, and they did have little tiny notes.
And those were grace notes.
Gee, maybe, because when you do Kyrie eleison, and you do it every morning, they said later the opera singers rehearse that way, a cappella for their voice. I said, because they said, "You take lessons?" I said, "No." But then later I said, "Wait a minute, excuse me, Sister Tarcissus, wherever you are, thank you." That I did. Then when I sang, "Your cheating heart," then I said, "Oh, those are the grace notes."
Right.
So I said, "Tony, tell me some more, so when they ask me questions, I'll sound like, you know, intelligent. I don't want to be embarrassed." He said, "I don't want to tell you anymore." I said, "What?" He said, "Yes, because if you know, you'll do it too purposely. Right. And you'll take away all the lovely spontaneity of it and the natural. Right. You'll sound like you're trying it on purpose, and it will be affected." And I said, "Oh, what do you mean?" I said, "The whole orchestra, everybody knows what they're doing. I get up there and I have to do it by instinct. It's like jumping in the ocean and I'm not sure what's under there." Right. And he said, "Never mind, you just stay the way God made it."
But Joni.
And I said, "Yeah, that's right. That's the way God did make it."
You certainly made a beautiful voice.
That's the secret. I don't have any credit. I just keep the instrument nice and clean and good. I try to be worth it. Right. Because I say, my goodness, I'm so fortunate that I get to do this beautiful thing that I love so much, and has so many beautiful parts about it, coming to see people and touring and having all these beautiful experiences that I never dreamed of. And it's not because I can take credit for it, except that, of course, I try to be intelligent about it, and I try to do my part. But the part that's important isn't because I'm so clever. It just is. It just is.
And you were on the Perry Como show with Julie LaRosa.
Yeah.
You did all the talk shows, all the beautiful musical shows.
Oh,
this one you brought a clip, and I love it.
Wasn't that funny?
With Julius LaRosa.
It was so...
Was it exciting to work with all these big stars at the time, Joni?
And very
Paramount Theater, Chicago Theater, and all these great things. Let's show the clip from the Julius, from the Dean Martin show. It's Julius.
This is the clip. This is a clip from Perry Como's show. Perry Como. He happened to be, I think, on his vacation, and Julius LaRosa was taking his place.
Okay, let's show this. Okay, thanks. Let's show it.